Welcome to Meldon Law and Friends. I'm Jeffrey Meldon, founder and attorney at Meldon Law. We have a great show for you today. It's going to be really interesting, something a little bit different. And I want to welcome you to our show. Today, I wanted to kind of give you an update of what's going on in North Central Florida. We got WEC. The World Equestrian Center is rocking. I met the mayor of WEC last week, and what a nice guy. We really are interested in supporting all the activities out there because for those of you that don't know, the World Equestrian Center is number one. It's rocking right now because it's winter time, and they have tons of events out there. This Saturday, I know there's a big show out there, plus all the horse activities going on. We want to also let you know that Rock the Riley in Ocala, they got, there's a Beatles show, Let It Be. Obviously, it's not the real Beatles, but some Beatles wannabes that do terrific shows. I've been there. I was there for a Tom Petty show last year, and it was a blast. We had a good time. So, check the Riley out. They have a whole list of shows coming in on a regular basis, and let's support them. So out at World Equestrian Center, there's a spring craft show, both Saturday and Sunday, 9 to 5 on Saturday and 10 to 4 on Sunday, March 16th and 17th. St. Patty's Day is coming up this Sunday. I'm taking my wife, Patricia, who was born on St. Patrick's Day, and that's how she got her name, Patricia. We're going to go over to Savannah and hang out there and see what kind of good times we can stir up there. Savannah's had a St. Patty's Day festival going for over 200 years. Back in the early 1800s, they started celebrating it, and it's really developed to something special. Let's see, Gator Baseball. The Gators had another winning series this past weekend. If you all don't know, the Gator Baseball team came within one game of being the national collegiate champion last year. We had awesome pitching. Our pitching's not quite up to speed this year. However, Jack Caglione may be the number one pick in the draft next year as both a pitcher and a hitter. He threw a no-hitter for almost 7 innings yesterday, and that was pretty cool to see a big kid go out there and throw the rock past the opposition. A lot of fun. What else? We got Gator Gymnastics. So Gator Gymnastics, that was another Gator team that came within 1/10 of 1 point of winning the national championship last year versus Oklahoma. Oklahoma is packed again this year. Our team, on the other hand, was changed quite a bit because our stars are heading to the Olympics and training. So we have a bunch of freshmen competing, and what's great is every week they've been getting better and better and better and better. So we have a big event coming to Gainesville March 15th. It's on Friday night, and the meet starts at 6:45. Check out Meldon Law's Facebook page because we give away tons of tickets. I was at the baseball game Sunday and met the winner of one of our Meldon Law giveaway contests. He got to throw out the first pitch at the baseball game, and he was with his family, and they were really excited. So that was pretty cool. And we want to encourage everybody who wants to go to Gator events or any other event, just go to our Facebook page. And because we're the only official injury law firm partner of the Florida Gators, we're able to score tickets, and we in turn like to turn around and give them away to our friends, and hopefully encourage more and more people to support the Gators. It's a big deal. You're talking about a school that's always in the top 5 as far as the best athletic programs in the country. Softball, women's softball, the 17th of March. It's a big game. That's Sunday, entitlement game, and it's an early start, 11 o'clock for Gator softball. We're going to see if the Gators can continue their winning streak. They're doing really well. They're moving up the rankings. They should be top 10 after this weekend. So those are a few things that are going on. Oh, you know what else? It's a little bit of ways, but our friends at the Rum 138 in Fort White, Florida, are having a big party April 7th. It's a Sunday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. on the river. And it's a Grateful Dead party. So those of you that are Deadheads and you want to see a terrific band and a good time, they're going to not only have music, but lots of different galleries for sale. You'll see what it's like out at Rum 138. Really kind of a neat for us in the community. Meldon Law, we help folks who've been seriously injured after an accident. We're always welcomed, or we always welcome you to call us and have a free consultation to see whether or not you have a case. Don't be shy. Give us a call. You can give us a call at the main phone number, which is 352-373-8000, or go to meldonlaw.com. That's our website, and you'll find all kinds of useful information on our website, including 2 books that I wrote that will help you understand what kind of insurance you need if you live in the state of Florida. There's a little known secret, and that is that the state of Florida is the only state in the union with no mandatory bodily injury or uninsured motorist coverage, which means it's the only state where if someone else hits you, they probably have no insurance. The only insurance they're going to have is $10,000 worth of property damage, which will maybe fix a bumper. That $10,000 limit was set 50 years ago, and the legislature has not changed it. You also get up to $10,000 worth of health insurance, which won't get you in and out of the emergency room. So we lay it out. Our book is called Buying Florida Auto Insurance. It's free. You can give us a call or go on our website and download it. The other book I wrote is addressed to what do you do after an accident. It shows mistakes that people make. We call it 7 mistakes that can wreck your Florida accident case. Again, it's free. And our purpose there is to create a consumer guide so that you know what to do when you need an attorney, when you don't need an attorney, what to say to your insurance company, what to say to the other insurance company, how soon do you need to get to a doctor if you're seriously injured in order to maintain your benefits on your insurance policy. So check it out, Meldon Law, MELDON LAW, and we're glad to walk you through it if you have any questions. So that's a little bit of what's going on. Oh, the Williston Spring Fest, Saturday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Our friends at Heritage Park in Williston are having a family-friendly event. There's going to be tons of food vendors, music, We're going to have, magic. Appearance by the Easter Bunny, making it perfect for the families. So if you're in the Williston area, Saturday, March 23rd, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., go check it out. I think you'll agree they've done a great job. They bought a shopping center. I think there was a Winn-Dixie there, and they turned it into a park. And they have music events. They have stage there. They have food. They've got all kinds of stuff going on, and it's really growing in popularity. So that's a little bit about what's going on. And again, don't forget, we're giving away plenty of tickets on our Facebook page at Meldon Law. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back on Meldon Law and Friends.
Jeffrey, what are you doing?
Well, I'm joining the band, of course. Since Meldon Law is the official law firm partner of the Florida Gators, I want to help.
Dad, we're litigators. Let's stick to helping people in the courtroom.
Well, can we still hang out and jam a little bit? At Meldon Law, we won't back down.
I was going down a one-way street and a girl that was driving her car T-boned me on my scooter. I ended up going for an MRI and discovering that I had 2 herniated discs. Coming to Cary allowed me to not have to worry about what doctor I was going to see or what physical therapist I had to go to. They say, these are the people we trust. You're going to have a great experience there, and I honestly did each time.
Call Meldon Law. Your consultation is absolutely free.
I was driving behind a lady, and very suddenly she moved out of the way. There was a log laying in the road, and when I hit my brakes, I went on top of the log. I had 2 herniated discs. I just haven't been the same since. Jeffrey Meldon fought for me all the way. Him and his team really went there for me. Throughout the whole lawsuit, he made sure that my bills was paid. It was never no whenever I called him and asked him for something.
Call Meldon Law right now.
And I was in an accident. Someone ran a red light and hit me, and I was hurt. You don't know where to turn. Luckily, I called Jeffrey. These big insurance companies, they don't want you to win. They truly don't. But Jeffrey and his firm and the people that work here, they just really fight for you. You call the law offices of Jeffrey Meldon, because you're going to need help, and they will help you.
Call Meldon Law right now.
Hey, Sammy, look who's there. Say hi.
Hey!
You again!
Meldon Law, Jeffrey speaking.
Jeffrey! Somebody else hit us here!
Here we go again. Welcome back to Meldon Law and Friends. I'm here with my good friend Joey Collins from A1 Bail Bonds, right?
Get it right.
A1A. They named A1A after Jimmy Buffett. Did you hear that?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
They're going to officially change the name the weekend, Labor Day weekend, because he wrote a song about Labor Day weekend,
Right.
you know. So they decided A1A from the Georgia line down to Key West is going to become Jimmy Buffett Highway.
That was rightly deserved, too.
Yeah.
You got to love Jimmy.
Yeah, Jimmy Buffett was one of our favorites. When I owned the Great Southern Music Hall back in the 1970s, we had Jimmy Buffett perform for us in October 1974, and he was still breaking out, but just ready to hit the big time. And what a great guy, great performer. He really did a lot for the state of Florida.
He sure did.
And the alcohol industry.
No, I'm sure he sold a few bottles of tequila.
I think so. So anyhow, here's to Jimmy Buffett. So Joey, you're in the bail bond business. We were talking earlier a little bit about how you got into it. You were a sheriff's officer, and you saw the opportunity to get involved in bail bonds. How long ago was that?
Right at 17 years ago.
So,
Hard to believe, but yes,
yeah.
it's been long.
So let's give the folks listening a little basic information about what bail bondsmen do and how they help make sure that the court system moves along efficiently.
We do more than just get. Obviously, most people know us from get you out of jail. I go to jail, I want out, bond out. What we do, we ensure the court system and the judicial system that my defendant's going to be at court. If the judge sets, say, $500 or $5,000 bond, we're guaranteeing to the court our defendant will be at all needed court appearances, or if he doesn't, we'll pay the $5,000.
Right. And the way it works is you're responsible for getting them there, right?
That's
Number
right.
one. And so you want to get good addresses, contact information for friends, relatives,
That's
people
correct.
like that.
Yes, sir.
Now, do people move around a lot? Is that one of the problems as far as the court sending out written notices?
Yeah, they send the last known address, which is generally on the ID or driver's license if the defendant has that. Well, people move around, and that last known address may not have got forwarded back to the defendant that needs the notice. Mm-hmm. That's where, if you go through a bail bond, we make sure you will be in court. I'm going to know everywhere you live, every phone number. I'm going to contact mama, daddy, grandma. We're going to get a hold of you. You're going to go to court.
And it's really important. I started practicing in 1971, and I did more criminal law over the next 30 years than I did personal injury law. I started picking up personal injury law maybe 35 years ago.
Wow.
But I used to love criminal defense.
Now, do y'all currently do criminal law now?
Oh, yeah. We have 2 full-time attorneys in
Okay.
our office that do jam up work. Lot Bullock is great. He's a Williston native. His family goes
Right.
back to the 1800s there. And Yolanda Means, her family goes back to Archer and Newberry
Wow.
since 6 generations. So we have some local folks that they were really well trained at the public defender's office, really got the knack for it, and then saw the opportunity to join us at Meldon Law.
That's nice.
And I'll tell you, we really respect the criminal law system because in order to have a society, you got to have some laws. And if folks make a mistake, you got to have the courts deal with it.
Well, there's 2 things. You're always going to need a doctor and a deputy and a bail bondsman.
And a good lawyer.
Let's add that.
Well, it's fun because, I moved to Gainesville and I started doing, work. And there was a bail bondsman that had been around about 25 years named Truman Roundtree. His son, Rick Roundtree, took over.
I know Rick.
You know Rick.
I know Rick. I love him. Great guy.
Oh, really? Okay. So I was good friends with his papa, okay?
Yeah.
And Truman was a real gentleman, He wasn't a big, strong guy or anything like that. But he was the man when it came
Right.
to bail bonds in this area. And back in the 1970s, north central Florida, not just Gainesville, Lake City, Ocala, all the areas of, Steinhatchee, St. Augustine. This was where all the marijuana used to come in on boats and planes and stuff like that. And the University of Florida was kind of a hub because they had students from all over the state, right?
Right.
Everybody had an uncle in Miami that, had a hookup and stuff.
Yeah, right.
So, so the kids would get in trouble, and they'd get arrested, and we'd help them get in touch with Truman, and get them bonded out.
Right.
And back in the day, I remember, I don't know, I was probably practicing a year and a half, 2 years, and the feds came in and had this big roundup of, they call it a marijuana conspiracy, and they've had like 25 people in the jail here.
Wow.
Well, back then, when the lawyer wanted to visit the people that had been arrested, they put us in the cell with everybody else. So I got one call. I went in there.
You wound up with 5 or 6.
I went out with 5 or 6. I had my card, my business cards, you know.
Right.
And I was a long-haired hippie, and I had my ponytail going
loved
and
you.
stuff, and they loved me. So that's kind of how I got started
Tom
practicing
Petty's
law.
little brother.
I was Tom Petty's first lawyer.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty.
So we were all, we love music, and we really enjoyed, helping folks that had gotten in trouble figure out solutions.
I tell you one thing I have learned doing this for the years I've done it. Not all bad people go to jail. There's a difference between somebody who had a bad night, we've all had that, myself included, versus somebody who's a true bad person. I mean, we bond those folks out too, but we do a lot of bonds on people that are just good everyday people, just made a mistake, goofed up.
Well, DUI is the perfect example, right?
I mean, who's not guilty of that?
Yeah.
Not me, of course, but everybody else is.
At some time in our lives,
Right.
we've had those moments. So say someone, let's just use an example. Someone's arrested for DUI in Columbia County. How does that process unfold?
Once they get processed into booking, there's a list of bail bonds in the jail, in the cells where they're at with a phone. And either their family will make contact with us, or they'll see our name on the list and call us, because we're right there next to the jail, as well as in Suwannee County. We got offices next to both jails. They'll call us. Bond's $1,000 bond or $2,000 bond, and if once we talk to them, screen them, feel like they're a pretty good risk to take, you're local, or even if they're from out of town, that they got a great job, good people, never been in trouble much, collect a bond fee of $200, and then we go get them out. And they have to sit for 8 hours. They have the 8-hour cool down time. They have to sit in the jail, but once 8 hours is up, they're able to be released.
So the bail bondsman usually charge what, 10%?
10%. It's set by it's regulated by the state. We
Okay.
can't charge them more nor less.
So it's a $10,000 bond. The family gets $1,000
That's
together, and then sometimes, depending on if it's a larger bond, sometimes you'll get collateral.
Yeah, I mean, even on a smaller bond, sometimes if you have a guy just passing through with no ties and not really probably the best bond to do, even if you might have been local. Say if the bond's a $2,000 bond, we'll collect $2,200 of it. The $2,000 of it stays in a collateral account. That's a non-interest bearing. That's also regulated by the state. And as long as he or she takes care of all their court dates and they complete it, then we refund the $2,000 back to them.
Now, there's always movements from time to time where people say, "Oh, we want to get rid of bail bondsmen. The court's going to just, let them out on their own recognizance and hope they show up."
That's been big in your New York, New Jersey, Illinois, and California. All have done away with bail, cash bail, which is how they refer to us. Which surety is what truly the name of what we do. They've done away with that, and every one of these states have seen crime jump up from 30 to 60% because there's no accountability. And if you got a stone cold criminal who is a legit bad person, and they figure this out, well, they snatching purses. They're going in. That's why you see the looting in the stores. They don't have nobody to hold them accountable. And even if they do get arrested, they do it by a tier system. Say if I just walk up to you and grab your wallet and run. Well, I've never been arrested before. Well, they're going to release me right almost immediately as they book you in. You're getting booked right back out because I don't have a criminal arrest record. I might have just been lucky all my life, never got caught.
Right.
And then they, again, there goes back to where court notices getting to the client. If it gets sent out, there's nobody holding them accountable. Their failure to appear rate is upwards around 70%, I believe.
Wow. Yeah. I get it because I dealt with, criminal defense for many, many years.
Right.
And I relied on our bail bondsman. We had a really good office, team that would make sure we notified the people, when their court dates were. The bail bondsman liked to work with us because we had a good team.
That's right. I mean, it's like a geared machine. You need everybody. You need the deputies. You need the booking officers inside the jail. You need the bail bondsmen, the attorneys, the judges, the clerks. Everybody works together, really.
Yeah, I used to walk into the courtroom and basically say, we're all on the team, and I would make a point of knowing everybody in the courtroom.
Oh, if you're smart, you will.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I did. I know them all. I want to know everybody. If they get as soon as they hire a new public defender or state's attorney, I want to know them. I want to meet them. I want to know who they put eyeballs on them. So we make sure all the people go to court for another reason. We go to every court date and make sure we checking people off, making sure they're showing up. That also gives a good faith with the judicial system that knows the A-1 bail bonds cares about their client and also do justice.
Yeah, and it is important because when somebody doesn't show up, then they issue an arrest warrant, failure to appear. They give you a period of time to go track them down, right?
That's correct. We have if our bond is escheated, we have 60 days.
What's that mean, escheated?
Escheated means that we have to produce either the defendant or the money. Say again, back to the bond's $5,000. They give us 60 days to find the defendant, put them in jail, or have them in court. If at the end of 60 days we haven't been able to do that, and we got to write a check to the clerk's office for $5,000.
Yeah. So what happens then? Is there any way to find them and then go back to the court?
Yeah, the state does give us after the initial 60 days, they give us another 90 days to find the person. Now we have to pay the money, or
you got to put the money.
That money's in the clerk's office now, and they give us another 90 days. And then if we're able to apprehend the suspect or defendant within that 90 days, then we get 100% of our money back. Now, after 180 days, it drops down to, I believe, 90%. And it kind of goes down after every 90 days. And then we got up to 2 years to find our defendant. But if it goes 2 years, we only get half our money back, which is still better than nothing.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that, the bail bondsmen really are the ones that track people down when they don't show up.
That's correct, yes.
The sheriff may run into them and see that there's a warrant outstanding, but that's only if the people screw up again.
That's correct. I mean, with us, I know Robbie and I, my business partner, if we have somebody fail to appear, like, now some people just forget to go to court, and they just maybe just a little. They
had too much to drink the night before.
Yeah, just being not responsible. And so there's a difference between somebody like that. Generally, a person like that, we'll try to help them every way we can, get another court date for them. And then if need be, we even give rides to court. Like I give rides all the time. I tell them all, if you don't have a ride, call me. I'll come pick you up.
Hey.
I want you in court. That's the main thing. I want you in court.
Yeah, I know. We have that when we do personal injury, which is what we do primarily, is if people can't get to their doctor's appointments, it really hurts. And we tell them the same thing. If you can't figure out a way to get to your doctor's appointment, you let us know. We'll figure it out.
You don't cut your nose off, sponge your face.
Yeah.
Somebody needs a ride, you're getting a ride.
So in my experience, all the efforts that judges, when they try to change, let more people out on their own recognizance. You basically sign a paper, I'll be back.
That's correct.
That they try it for about 6 months or a year. People stop showing up and they go, this ain't working.
It never works. It just doesn't work. I mean, again, that goes back to the person that, the address on their license. I mean, how many people, I bet people listening right now, look at your driver's license address. Does it match where you live at now?
A lot of people but people are more mobile now. They move from one place to another. Yeah. So if someone wants to get a hold of you, what's your contact information?
You can call us at area code 386-755-4243. We bond nationwide, statewide. Actually, Alachua County quite often doing bonds. We have an actual office in Live Oak, Florida, and Lake City, Florida.
Yeah, I mean, so Meldon Law opened up our office in Lake City right at US 90 and I-75 because you can go to Live Oak,
That's
you
right.
can go to Jasper, and
Be either one within 20 minutes.
yeah. So see, back in the old days, I was talking in the 70s, guys used to run marijuana up north. And they'd get to the weigh station in Jasper, and they'd either blow by it, and then somebody would track them down,
Right.
or they would, try to go through and hope that they didn't get caught because they had their truck was full of marijuana halfway, and then the rest was furniture.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever seen that happen at the Jasper.
I've heard.
You've heard.
I've heard.
But it was pretty common. Judge Peach was up there back in the.
I love Judge Pete.
Oh, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's a great guy.
But I knew all the judges there. Over in we used to go to Live Oak. We used to be in Jasper and Lake City. And, for those folks that don't know this part of Florida, it's probably one of the nicest, most friendliest parts of the whole country.
I agree, especially in North Florida. You get a true down-home feeling. It hasn't gotten so overpopulated where people don't care about the neighbors no more. Especially in Lake City and Live Oak and even Gainesville, we care about each other. We care about you. If you called me, you needed something, you got it.
Yeah, you go down to South Florida. My daughter lives
I
there,
don't give a damn about you.
and my grandchildren. So I go down there because I love them. However, I can't wait to get back.
Nice place to visit, but don't want to live.
It's a nice, yeah. So anyhow, we've been talking with Joey Collins, A-1 bail bonds in all over. If you have a friend or relative or someone that needs bail bond, they get in trouble. Just remember A-1 bail bonds. Give them a call. Joey Collins has been at this a long time. He knows how the system works, and you want a bail bondsman that's connected to the system because if something happens and you can't make a court date or whatever, he'll figure out a way to get you there. If you're in the hospital, he'll figure out how to let the court know.
That's correct. We sure do that. Yeah.
Joe, Tommy's in the hospital, Judge.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not going to issue a warrant right now. We'll set the.
That's correct. And we're blessed. We have such a good rapport with our judicial system that they know if myself or Robbie says this is what's going on, that's what's happening. There's no BS. There's nobody trying to scam the system, so to speak.
Right, and the judge doesn't want to issue an arrest warrant if it's something that's going to be fixed in a couple days.
Too much paperwork.
Too much paperwork. Yeah. So anyhow, thank you very much, Joey Collins, A1A bail.
Thanks for having me.
It was wonderful.
Yes, sir.
And, thank you very much
Yes,
being on Meldon Law and Friends. We'll be back next week with another episode. Thank you for listening and watching.
Thank you.